a friend of mine had asked if we could talk one day, and so we arranged for a time. And as we spoke on the phone, I listened to her sweet voice tell me about some unexpected and painful turns that her life had taken. But this sweet friend, even though there was this sadness in her life, she spoke with so much faith and hope. And I know that it's because she knows that she has a loving Father in heaven who's going to take care of her and who is taking care of her. But as I got off the phone, I was overcome with my own emotions and feelings because of the pains of my past. And I plopped down on the couch, and my mom noticed my distress, and she came over to me and put her arm around me and asked me what was wrong as I started to cry, heartbroken and upset, and even feeling some anger for the pain that people I care about have to feel sometimes. In that moment, I wish that I hadn't drawn so much attention to myself, because across the room, my sweet little boy stopped in his tracks. He'd been climbing up a ladder to our toy loft, and he looked over at me, and he had this really concerned, sweet look on his face, like he was feeling what I was feeling. And he said, "What's wrong, Mommy?" And I said, "Oh, nothing, bud. It's okay. Mommy's just sad for one of her friends because she's going through something really hard, and I just feel sad for her." And he didn't even skip a beat. And he said, "Is she going through a divorce, Mommy?" I had not expected him to be so perceptive and so quick in that moment. And I looked back at him and I said, "Yeah, bud, she is." And then he said, "That's just like us, Mom." And I said, "Yeah, bud, you're right, it is." And I was so sad in that moment that my sweet little baby has to even know that word. But the reality is that he does have to know that word, and there's lots of children that have to know that word, sadly. My name is Shay, and I'm 29 years old, and 3 years ago, darkness attacked my home in a way that I never would have dreamt of, and with more force than it ever had before, and I found myself a single mom. The forces and the legions of darkness wield weapons of all kinds, but one of the deadliest and most powerful I believe that they have is worthlessness. Worthlessness inflicts wounds of all kinds to people of every walk of life, every day of this life. Every day on this earth, people are being attacked by worthlessness in some way. Worthlessness breeds an unquenchable selfishness. It breeds despair, and it breeds fear. I've spoken out about my divorce in some ways because I've felt to do that, but recently I have felt nudges to start sharing a little bit more about my journey. And the reason why is because I have started to better recognize and understand that there are problems all around us, and people I love and care about and people you love and care about are battling worthlessness and all kinds of hardships and heartaches. And the only way that we're going to find help or healing or hope is if we are willing to talk about the problems that we're facing on this earth at this time. And so, because of that, I've decided that I'm going to start sharing a little bit more in hopes that I might be able to help you or someone you love, because I know that right now there are families and marriages and relationships that are under attack. And I believe that it has to do with worthlessness. Because I believe that if we always stood in a place of knowing our true value and worth as a child of a loving God, that we would make better choices. But we struggle to be in that place. If this problem doesn't get addressed, this problem of worthlessness, then more marriages are going to be destroyed. More families are going to be broken apart. More dreams are going to die, and more sadness is going to take place. Worthlessness takes the light out of people's eyes. It takes the faith and the hope out of their hearts. And it enchants them to choose into things that are destructive and things that create bigger wounds and greater sadness that affect even more people. Maybe you haven't felt a great depth of feeling like worthlessness, but I'd like you to consider that worthlessness is disguised and comes at us from all different angles. I thought of a mother that is frustrated and has lost her patience, and she yells. Now, within a split second, it's very likely that mother's going to have a thought that says, I'm the worst mom ever. You're the worst mom ever. You should just stop trying because you're a terrible mother. You're never going to be enough. You're never going to be enough. Never going to be enough. I feel like that is a universal struggle that so many people have. They don't feel like they're ever enough or they're ever going to be enough. Recently, I had a sweet friend who reached out to her online community, and she was expressing some fears and frustrations that she's had in her life, and she was looking for some help. And one kind friend offered up to her that she needed to love herself for who she is and know that she is of great worth. And that is the answer, friends. But my sweet friend responded, yeah, but how do I do that? And I feel like so many people are struggling to know how to find and to live in a place of their true worth. And so because of this, I have decided to create a class where I would like to share the things that I have learned about worth and how we can live and dwell in a place of who we really are and who we're really meant to be and what we're really worth. You see, through my divorce, worthlessness attacked me from two different angles that I'd like to talk about today. One of which I believe was through my ex-husband, in the sense that I don't believe that he truly was able to operate and live in a place of knowing who he really was as a son of God. And because of that, it led him to make poor decisions. When people don't feel of their worth, they look for love and acceptance in all of the wrong places. As a product of his choices and my finding myself as a single mother, I too was hit by worthlessness because I felt like I wasn't enough. And if I had just been more, if I had just been better, none of this would have happened. So I know, friends, I know what deep pain worthlessness causes. And I want to help people be able to combat this fiery dart that is coming at people every single day. So in my class, I'm going to teach you about tools that I have learned that are so simple to implement into our lives to help us know how we can love ourselves and how we can truly believe in our worth. My class is designed for ages 12 and up, and men and women alike are invited. I'd like to invite you to come to my class and to bring the people that you love and care about. And if this isn't something that you feel you're being directly attacked with right now, I promise you someone you love is being attacked by this. So let's learn together, let's come together and talk about these things so that we can know how to help the people that we love.